Pow, pow, pow! Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 93 of the Video Games Ahoy Podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by Daf Gape.
Hello there.
Daf Weeks.
Hello.
And maybe Zach Hamilton. We don't know yet. He might be around. You might get a surprise Zach Hamilton in the next
He's
five.
lurking
minutes.
like a ninja. He's gonna pop out and decapitate us before we know it.
Yep. How are you,
For a
Justin?
short podcast.
Yeah.
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I was just saying to Daf Weeks, I'm a tired boy. 2 weddings in the last week. It's
One of them was yours.
One of them was mine. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, well, that was fun though. My brother's was also fun, but maybe not as fun as mine because it was my wedding.
Was it just a sibling thing where one person just like, I have to have a wedding too?
I don't know. In future, I would recommend not having my brother having a wedding the week after mine because it was stressful. Wait, I've got a rogue Zach Hamilton. Should we? We got to catch him. Hang on, give me a second. I'm just going to change the video. This could go tits up. Hold
Who's
on.
that? Zackerman.
Hey, Zach Hamilton.
Did that work? Was that successful? I believe
my
it
God.
was. It was flawless.
Flawless.
Absolutely flawless.
As if we were on TV. How are you, Zach?
I'm good. Sorry I'm late.
That's fine. I thought you were frozen, then I just thought like, oh, we did all that. Zach's just gonna be like this for the next hour. I mean, it was beautiful to look at, but still, it would have been quite fun. How are you, Zach? You good?
I'm good, thank you. I'm sorry I'm late, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here to talk video games. And we're all here.
We are.
And we've all been in the same room before now.
There's some epic pictures of all of us four dancing, and it makes me so happy. It just makes me so
It's a
happy.
great day.
It's the only way to go.
But Jen, should we talk about the podcast and then we can talk
Go
about
on,
some
Please.
news? Okay. Every week I do this intro and I'm just like, if they're listening, they already know that we're a podcast and where to find us. But I'm going to say it anyway. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just listen to us. And if you're listening to us, you can see our faces on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube and you want to find us elsewhere that isn't YouTube, then we're on all of the usual places, apart from maybe 1 or 2, I think. But I don't know what they are, to be honest. They could be anything. We're definitely on Amazon. We're definitely on Google, on Spotify, and others. So check us out. iHeartRadio and Deezer. The big ones. The big ones.
Big dogs.
That's pretty much it. If you've been watching, I mean, we're coming up to our 100th episode soon, which is frankly quite shocking. Because I had a Facebook memory like yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, being like, hey, this is the 2nd episode of the podcast 2 years ago. I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
That is mad.
We've been going 2 years.
Yeah, like the first episode, fresh-faced and full of love, and no, not so much. More full of love, but less fresh-faced, I would argue. But yeah, let's get on to the news. Again, like this feels like a week where it's not like massive amounts of news. There's like lots of padding. So we're going to pad our way through the next couple of minutes.
Me, baby.
We're going to start off with Xbox being shit. And that is, Xbox's online DRM policy has been criticized after server outages left some console owners unable to launch their purchased games for a 4th day in a row.
Oh.
That's pretty bad. On Friday, May 6th, Xbox support team first confirmed that its servers were experiencing a major outage after users complained they were unable to purchase or launch games or start cloud gaming sessions. So DRM, right, is shit. And it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. And Xbox, sadly, even though they're really amazing at game preservation, they're really bad for it. They are the worst, apparently, of the 3. Because there was a big tweet going around being like, PlayStation not so good. Nintendo, but like Xbox are the worst for some weird reason. I don't understand why, because they love game preservation. This is not how you preserve games. This is just stopping people from playing them. 4 days in a row. Jesus. Does anyone have anything to add?
It's weird how these things happen, and what's particularly scary is like at the current trajectory, Microsoft will own all video games, and therefore we really hope that they do a better job of allowing people to play them.
Yeah. I think Microsoft have had such a good couple of years And they have, like, it's undeniable. They've had such a great couple of years with the way they engage with the community, like the community in general. Like, the people that buy things. But I think we always have to remember they're a company and they will do shitty things. And like, this is like something. Remember, because they were trying to do this, the always online thing, like 10 years ago, and everyone was like, "This is shit. Please don't do it." So
Oh god, yeah.
it's mad they're still doing it. I don't understand why. Especially because everything they've done has been so successful on the money. Maybe that's why it is. It's all about that money.
Dollar.
Physical media. I don't know. Physical. It just seems weird. Just
Well,
point.
if you had the physical copy, you could play them.
You can't. That's the thing. That's the whole point with this. This is the problem. You have to be online. They were saying for like certain, not everyone. It was only for, basically it was only for people who were affected by the servers. People had the disc, putting it into their consoles, and they literally couldn't play it because you had to be online for it to verify that it's your game. It's honestly, it's genuinely the stupidest thing ever.
The physical copy is just, it's kind of like just a key now, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's weird because, like, obviously it's not everyone, and it was specific to, like, specific servers that were down affecting specific locations. So obviously not everyone was going through this problem, but, like, that is the problem. If it's down for 4 days, and servers are very, very fragile things, as I've come to learn in my new job, it happens all the time. So, like, it's just scary. Just scary to think that, like, you could just put in a disc and think, can't play this, even though I own the physical thing. But yeah, weird story. And I hope they learn their lesson. I think they have already kind of said they're going to, but weird. Microsoft.
It is weird though, because like it must be where in the world is the server issue?
I don't actually know what it was. It was I think it was America.
Because I've been playing all sorts the last few days.
Yeah, I think because it's one of those things where, like, I think, yeah, it's weird. I don't know what was going on, but, like, people couldn't play their physical games, and that's just mad. That seems absolutely bonkers to me.
Not good. The world is weird now.
We're gonna stay with Microsoft, and this is something that is actually quite good though. Something we actually mentioned. I think we predicted this. I think. Dav spoke to Phil Spencer, as Dav's best friend. Daf Weeks, that is. And no, Daf Gape. We all know Daf Gape is Phil Spencer's best friend. And I think you spoke to Phil Spencer, Dav, about putting Xbox Game Pass directly onto TVs, because that is apparently what is coming in the next 12 months.
Yeah, he told me I couldn't quote him as a source, but he said I had to say it was a prediction.
Okay.
But
makes sense.
Yeah. He said it. He said something about it vaguely in an interview about a year ago, and seems like he wasn't messing about.
No.
We're gonna have little sort of Amazon Fire Stick, but Xbox Microsoft sticks, and we're gonna put apps onto TVs now for cloud service.
It's brilliant. It's a great idea. Like anyone, because again, we said before, like I think we've all said this. I don't think this generation is necessarily about like how many consoles they sell, but how many people can buy Game Pass. And if they can get onto TVs, like Jesus Christ, it's gonna sell like hotcakes. What are hotcakes for them? Is it like a specific cake, or is it just general hotcakes?
I think cakes that are warm and freshly baked.
I really want to know now.
Is there? You know what? Are you going to set up a bakery now selling specifically hotcakes?
Yeah. What would hotcakes be? What would they be?
I think hotcakes are pancakes.
Are they really?
Yeah, I just looked it up and it's just coming up with loads of pictures of pancakes.
Of pancakes? Or is it like really sexy cakes?
I just googled hotcakes without this kids filter on, and honestly, it's filth.
Was it sexy cakes?
Put that cherry on top, honey.
That must be a record derailing, by the way. That's. Yes, hot sexy cakes.
Hot sexy cakes and Phil Spencer.
Yeah, and Phil Spencer. That's a title right there. Hot sexy cakes and Phil Spencer. But yeah, no, genuinely, really cool idea. Anyone that doesn't, saying that, like the Xbox is so cheap these days. I guess most people could buy, but if you can't, it's always a great backup option. And also, if I can't be bothered to move my Xbox around my house.
That's the thing, yeah. I think it's Jeff Keighley said recently that they played Fortnite, because Fortnite is now accessible on the Xbox Cloud thing, whereas before it was just Game Pass.
Yeah.
Now it's also going to be free-to-play games. But they've tried it out with Fortnite, and Jeff Keighley was like, yep, it's buttery smooth. So, these little TV things. It's going to be great to be like, because I've got all my setup up here in the studio, where it's like downstairs living room. Like if Al wants to play a game with me, she doesn't like doing it up here. She wants to be downstairs in the living room.
Yeah.
But then bringing the Xbox down, or like making sure the right game is installed on the downstairs Xbox, it's like, just boop, done.
Yeah. No, it's genius. It's banging. Banging. Okay, let's move on to Final Fantasy news. Final Fantasy 16 producer Naoki Yoshida, I think that's Yoshi P, isn't it? I'm fairly sure that's Yoshi P. Anyway, Yoshi P is the awesome person that has basically kept Final Fantasy going. Like, he turned around Final Fantasy 14, and he's in charge of Final Fantasy 16, which is why so many people are excited, including myself. He's basically said a new trailer is going to come soon. Yeah, he said, speaking during a near reincarnation of Final Fantasy 16 crossover live stream, he reiterated that the long-awaited game is nearing completion and that a new trailer for the game was finished and would be released in the near future. Now, I don't know how far into the future the near future is. I'm hoping it's this week.
Okay.
Maybe this week. I'm feeling like June.
Yeah.
But maybe they want. It's all about how far away they want to be from that Xbox event.
Yeah.
Do they want to be smack bang on it to be like, we got Final Fantasy. No one cares about your Xbox games, or do they want to be ahead?
That's how they start it.
Yeah. they do the handshake thing of like, here's how to trade games with your friends.
Amazing.
And then they go, shag off, Phil. And then they show Final Fantasy 16 and then end the show.
Just that's it. It's like a mic drop.
Yeah.
Just.
But it's like a headset mic, so they've got like
take it off, like or like an earplug drop. They'll just pop them out and just drop them on the floor with earwax.
Beautiful,
lovely. But yeah, I'm really excited for Final Fantasy 16. I actually enjoy Final Fantasy 15. I thought it was a bit messy, but I still enjoyed it. There were still elements of it that I thought were really good and really fun, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. I feel
Me too, Johnny.
Yeah. Although I did see that Final Fantasy 14 was going to get a single player mode, which really intrigued me. I hope it does, because that it's not that I would love to, honestly, if us four decided let's play Final Fantasy 14 together, I'd love that. But when can you ever guarantee the time to be able to sit down and play a game like that big? It's like
realistically,
it's like 100 hours easy. And then if you miss out, it has to be a thing. And I would love to play that game, but I don't know if I've got the time to play it online. Is my point. So if it does get I think it adds bots basically. You get bot pals.
That sounds fun.
Hey, better than zero pals.
Hey, more pals than I've got. Okay, let's go on to. We mentioned Jeff Keighley. Actually, Daf Gape mentioned Jeff Keighley, and Jeff Keighley has announced details of this year's Summer's Game Fest event. The Game Awards founder will host a live cross-industry showcase on Thursday, June the 9th. When is it? Xbox June 12th? June 12th is in my head.
I'll look it up. Carry on.
Okay, if it is June 12th, then that's weirdly stuck in my head. But it's June 9th, so it's kind of like that E3 vibey thing.
June 12th.
Oh, it was June 12th, okay. It was in my head for some reason, no way. To be fair to Summer Game Fest, the first one was shite, but the second one actually showed off Elden Ring.
Yeah.
It was
the second one was legit.
The second one actually had some really cool stuff, and it ended with the very first showing of Elden Ring, so it could have something really cool.
But to be fair to the first one, it was weird because it was lots of mini events, micro events over 3 months. And one of them was the Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 remake, which was
That's true.
a top tier game.
Yeah.
And Crash Bandicoot 4.
Yeah, I think as well, I think at the time it was really thrown together because there was no, don't think there was an E3, was there? Because it was COVID. I can't remember if there was an E3. Or if there was, it was everything was oh shit, we need something, we can't do what we normally do.
Yeah, it was just weird E3 digital and it was rubbish. And
yeah. But yeah, I'm
E3's
excited.
dead though, mate. E3's dead.
E3 needs to be brought back to life with the big jolt because at the moment I agree it is dead. Because
Jeff Keighley.
Jeff keeled it.
Keighley
Keeled
3.
it. Okay. Keighley C. That'd be a good. Someone should make a picture of Jeff Keighley dressed up as Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. Anyway, next one, Hitman 3. Hitman 3. It had a big announcement, and I'm really excited.
Ooh.
Partly, it's kind of excited anyway, because there was a moment. Hitman 3's upcoming freelancer mode has been delayed, but in better news, the release of a new map for the game has been brought forward.
Okay.
Okay, Interactive said Freelancer has been moved from its previously scheduled spring launch into the second half of 2022, so it's still this year. And it's the Freelancer is a single-player mode featuring roguelike elements, strategic planning, and a customizable safe house. So basically, Animal Crossing with guns. While Freelancer's arrival has been delayed, IO said it is bringing forward the release date of a new map, Ambrose Island, to July 2022. So not far away, like just 2 months? About 2 months. This new map will have an intriguing narrative for Hitman fans as it takes place before the events of Hitman 3 and fills in a few gaps from the World of Assassination storyline. Now, as you gents all know, Hitman 1, 2, and 3, the kind of reboots, I guess, because I've never played any game older than the 2015 one. Bloody awesome, and I'm so excited for this.
Have you ever thought about going back to the old ones?
I have, because there's a HD remake of 2 of the games that I've...
Blood Money and Absolution?
I think it's exactly those 2. So I'm tempted by it, but every time I see it, it's like 50 quid. I'm like, I'm not paying 50 quid.
Shouldn't be that much.
I'm not
you can
paying...
find a 360 copy, physical copy, and pop it in your Xbox.
That's a really good point. Unless
DRM
stops me.
Go down. Yeah.
But like, no, I saw it once for like 12 quid. But like, if I buy it at £50, that means I paid the same amount for those 2 old games as I did for Hitman 3, and I'm not doing that.
We don't like old games.
No, old games.
New games only.
Yeah, I like to be stopped from playing new games, not old games. But yeah, I'm really excited. I love Hitman, as you all know.
Yep.
Right.
I have some advice if you do feel like going back and playing the old ones, because I played them when I was a kid.
What? I didn't know that.
The advice is don't do it.
They're
really hard and confusing, and they don't help. They don't teach you how to play the game. You're just kind of there, and you just have to kill stuff.
Yeah.
But despite evidence to the contrary, Johnny isn't a child.
I know.
He may find more success.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean,
Wow, the lack of faith.
Like, oh yeah. No, he's not wrong. But yeah, nothing else to add. Brutally assassinated by Zach Hamilton there. Right, and we're gonna finish with some Nintendo stories, and they're all about Reggie, because Reggie's got a book, and then these are I don't think these are in his book because he's just been doing a book tour, so he's been talking a lot. So we're gonna discuss 3 things he's been talking about, and we're gonna go one by one. I'm gonna start off with Mother 3, because that's always the best place to start with Reggie. Reggie said that Mother 3 probably will never come to Nintendo. It'll never come to Europe and America, or at least he doesn't think it will. And that is because of money. And he says, what did he say? The former exec stated for the first time that Mother 3's content was not the issue. That is not at all the issue why Mother 3 is in particular never made it to the West. It was based on the business needs and the business situation at the time. I don't know what that means because he didn't elaborate on that. But I'm assuming he means he didn't think it was going to make money.
Yeah, that's it.
Probably.
Yeah. And to be honest, he's probably not wrong.
No, he's probably not wrong. Yeah, you're right.
It's an extremely
right.
loud minority that always cry out for these games.
Yep.
And it's great when they happen. Like Square Enix are reviving a game called Live Alive, which is only ever out in Japan that none of us have ever heard of. When I say none of us, I mean none of us in the world have ever heard of. But it looks sick. And I'm sure Mother 3 is a sick game.
Yeah.
But the problem with Nintendo as well is they never, I say problem, but they don't feel comfortable just popping out an old game unless there's something they've fiddled with. And so like knowing that they're going to have to fiddle with whatever the game is, that's extra money they've got to put into it. So just release Mother 3, you fiends.
Yeah. I think someone's already done. I think someone has already translated the game. Like, I mean, a fan, I think it was, has already translated the game. So, I mean, they could just ask them for that. Just pay them 100 quid. Pay Nintendo 100 quid, that is, because that's how Nintendo work. Pay us, and we'll put this out there. So you're not getting it otherwise. But, yeah, that's the first Reggie story. I'm actually going to buy his book. I don't know when. I'm going to get his book this year. Whether it's I don't know whether it might be a present, because it's always a good present for Rosie's mum to get me.
Yeah.
Nice little book, so I might keep it for that. But yeah, the second thing he said, and Zach Hamilton I know will especially be upset about this. He said, "I have to tell you, as an executive, I hated Donkey Konga." I don't know. I don't know if Zach Hamilton has any feelings about this. I just felt like he might.
Yeah,
I love Donkey Konga. Sorry, Zach. I know you're the Donkey Konga guy.
Don't ever fucking call me that. Donkey Konga guy.
Can I finish the quote? Because it's really, I think it might actually break Daf Gape's heart. I have to tell you, as an executive, I hated Donkey Konga. I hated it. He stressed that twice, by the way. He genuinely did. I fought with our parent company. I thought it was going to hurt the Donkey Kong brand. Personally, I didn't find it a lot of fun to play, so I pushed hard. You know what? We launched it. The first game actually sold reasonably well, but boy, I was not a fan.
You know what? I decided I hate Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie can go fuck himself. Hey, Reggie, I know you listen. Fuck you.
More Donkey Konga, please.
I like to think that Reggie just like Googles his own name and
Yeah.
then like because we've said it in this, we'll put it in the tags. So you're gonna come across it, and then he will in fact be listening.
Yep.
Mate, Donkey Konga was a fucking revelation. Not only could you hit the top of the drums, you could hit the side as well for a different action.
Yep.
And there was no buttons on the side. It was just reacting to the vibration, and it knew that you were hitting the side and not the top buttons.
Yep.
And
you get clapped.
there was, and there's a guy who completed Dark Souls on those drums.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you.
And it's
That's not to
called
love.
Donkey Konga. It's genius.
It writes itself.
That alone was going to sell trillions of copies, because I'm assuming it sold trillions of copies.
With great songs such as Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba.
What a song!
Hub thumping.
That was
Tub
at,
Thumping.
that was at the wedding.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna hit me down. I get knocked down.
It's called hub thumping.
Yeah, it is.
Tub Thumping.
Thumping sounds like something you would pay someone to do. It's horrendous.
Hey, Reggie, Tub Thump me.
Oh,
Donkey
mercy.
Konga, Chumbawamba. I'm absolutely on board with
Donkey
all of
Konga
this.
Chumbawamba. Okay, well that's the new title. Fucking hell.
Little did you know that Donkey Konga would sell like hotcakes.
Chumbawamba.
Although there was a second game called Donkey Kong Jungle Beats,
Oh, yeah,
which
there
was like
was.
a really rubbish platformer
Oh, fuck,
With
that
the-
game is awesome.
with the conga.
It's way better than... Okay, now it was a dumb idea for them to put it on to play it with drums. Obviously, that was stupid.
Yeah.
But as a fucking game, it's brilliant.
Wow,
It's
okay.
really, really good. Honestly,
Okay.
So
give it a go. Play an emulator.
What
I don't care at this point. Fuck you, Reggie.
So what I'm thinking now is, what else did Reggie? And to be honest, I'm gonna triple down, not double down. I'm gonna triple down on the Reggie weirdisms, because he also said that he thought Metroid Other M was going to be the game that made the series, and that's now known as one of the games that like almost broke the series. Ooh, there's a donkey. There's a clip. There's a clip by ACQ. I'll have to watch that afterwards. I assume it's me and Dav singing Chumbawamba.
I think it's Zach saying, "Don't fucking call me that."
It could have been anything for the last 3 minutes, let's be honest. But yeah, Reggie singled out Metroid Other M as the game which he thought would be the defining moment in the long-running series. Bear in mind, this is after Metro Prime. He said he was left disappointed by sales of the game, which didn't resonate with players and didn't sell as many copies as Nintendo was expecting. Reggie said that he explained why the game didn't reach expectations on the business side of things in a meeting with both Satoru Iwata and Shigeru Miyamoto.
I can tell you why. The name is shit.
Yeah, Other M.
Yeah, it's a crap name,
Whose
isn't
first Metroid game is going to be a game called Other M?
Mm.
Like, oh yeah, I'm sure I don't need to have played any of the other ones. Even though the name Other M is only relative to all the other Metroid games. It'll be fine, yeah. New players, come on in for the Other M.
Also, like, didn't they like completely fuck up Samus's character arc? Like, she was basically really... she's not the badass person that we all know and love.
No, well, she did say there's a scene after the credits, and there's a bit of dialogue, and Samus says, "I get knocked down, but I get up again."
Yeah.
So, there was a comeback.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're never going to keep her down.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny boy.
But yeah,
Beautifully done.
Reggie 0 for 3 there with bad takes in general. So Reggie, it's probably good you don't in charge of Nintendo anymore. Because what else could you have fucked up? You know, would we still?
If he turns up at the Game Awards again, I'm gonna fucking bomb the stage. I'm gonna run up there and smart him in the chops.
I'm glad you explained.
Yeah.
We just became accessories to a crime, boys.
Yeah. I would say that Reggie is becoming our new Uncharted, and there is no greater crime to the video game community than being the new Uncharted to VGA.
Oh no!
Maybe I don't know. Who knows? Maybe by next week you'll say something like really amazing, and we'll all love him again. But for now, Reggie,
I think Metroid Other M was Uncharted as well because it didn't make the charts, and he thought it was going to be good. I get knocked down.
Oh mercy! But yeah, that's the end of the news. The end of the news. Gents, as I explained, I've been to 2 weddings in the space of 7 days. I've not played fucking anything the last week. So if you've played lots of games, I think Daf Gape has played something, and I really want to hear what he thinks of it.
100% did Donkey Konga, and then after that, I've been playing some WWE 2K22, baby.
Yeah. How have you found it? I'm really genuinely interested to know.
Distinctly average, and that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. It's like I said this last time. It's like your brain can switch off, and that's exactly the type of game you need.
Yeah, I know that you can do a light move with an X, a bigger move with an A, and you can press B to grapple them, and then do an X or A, and it does a different move. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem to be much more than that.
That's about it.
I did have to Google how to Irish whip someone, which is when you throw them into the ropes.
Yep.
But I realised there actually are. I can find that in the game. I've been playing a lot of a mode called My GM, which is woefully underwhelming. But I am 16 weeks into it, so it's exactly what I want.
Are you kicking ass?
No.
Oh,
I'm not. So I'm not playing the one where you make a player.
Yeah, no. As GM, are you like the fucking king?
Well, I'm rising.
Okay.
But somehow I'm against Shane McMahon, who's the other GM.
I mean, here comes the money.
I'm in control of NXT UK.
Right.
But it's all a bit weird in that, like, you're not using NXT wrestlers. You do a draft at the beginning, which is the best bit of the whole thing. But you don't get enough money to draft a whole roster of wrestlers. You can only put on 4 matches per week that you're wrestling. When it's a pay-per-view, it's 5. But you only get to choose between either singles or tag team. And then it's a normal match, a tables match, a TLC, Extreme Rules, or Hell in a Cell, and nothing else.
That's weird.
It's so weird. You can't do a triple threat, fatal 4-way, all the other modes. A handicap match when you're like, oh, this is sweet. I can get this tag team who's got a rivalry with this guy. Let's do that. And there's nice and cool rivalry systems in there. And I've worked out now after about 15 weeks, in-game weeks, like how to game the system to get more fans than the other GM per week. But yeah, so I'm probably going to win out, but I put it on the 50-week setting, and I think I probably should have put it on the 20-week setting.
Shit, yeah.
Because I've just hit week 20, and I'm fatigued.
Do you fight the matches yourself, or do you just watch? Is it like a Football Manager type thing, a simulation?
Yeah, it's like, do you remember Total Club Manager?
Yeah.
It was the EA one. So you could do that, and then you could transfer your save file to your Xbox or whatever, and then play a match from your Total Club Manager file in FIFA, and then bring the save file back over, and then that result would transfer over. You can kind of just you can simulate all the matches, you can spectate them. Why would you ever spectate one? Or you can play any of the matches as well. And so that's fun, and you can hire in legends temporary. So just has Stone Cold Steve Austin on a title run, against what's his name, Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
So that's quite fun. I don't know who half of these wrestlers are, but yeah, it's fun. And then you can get different rivalries, and the different wrestlers ask for different things. But after doing 20 weeks of it, you're like, oh yeah, no, I can see all the formula.
Yeah.
The phrase, nobody wants to see how the sausage was made, they just want to eat the sausage. I'm starting to understand how the sausage was made, and it's making me want to eat the sausage less. But there are other modes that I'm going to enjoy once I get fatigued with this one, such as the one that you've been playing,
Yeah.
the one where you are a wrestler,
Well-
sort of like rising the ranks.
Well, you said
Oh, God.
you texted me the other day saying that your save file crashed, and that exactly what happened to my character created one after about I got to level 95 and I'd won the world championships. I was like, it's fine, it happened now. I'll start again with someone else. But to be honest, my favorite mode so far was the Rey Mysterio one. That is genuinely genuinely
So
really good.
I've not touched that.
It was really
What's
good.
that one called?
Oh, I can't remember.
Is it
but
the top middle one?
it's basically
okay.
just all you just have to fight all of Rey Mysterio's matches. It's 15 of them or 12 of them, something like that. And it's interspersed with actual footage and him commentating over it as well. It's really for me it's the best part of the game. It's one of the best one of the best parts of the game, and you have to do all specific things in the match. It's really cool.
I'm hoping to get tickets to Clash at the Castle for my
Nice.
birthday.
Nice.
Because it's in October?
September
November?
3rd.
September.
3rd.
Lovely, yes. Hoping to get tickets for my birthday, but they come out next week.
They do come out next week. I'm genuinely terrified. Yeah. That is on.
It's in Cardiff!
I know, I can't believe
the Millennium
it.
Stadium.
John Cena's going to be there, and I'm like, "Burp, burp, burp." That's it.
I'm
That's
like,
what
where
gonna
is
do.
he?
Yeah.
Where is he?
I realised that we've just been talking about WWE for the last 10 minutes, and I could talk about it for another 10 more.
Zach, what are your
I was going to
thoughts
say,
on
I'm sure
WWE?
Daf Weeks and Zach might want to talk about more wrestling.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was a wrestler?
What? You don't know that?
That's so. I don't think I've watched a single wrestling match since the 90s.
Oh, okay.
He was the 90s.
Oh my god.
It was The Rock. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H,
I watched Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan.
WCW.
No, when they were WWF.
Oh my god. That is early
Yeah.
90s.
Oh, wow.
Guess how old I am, Dav.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
that's that now.
40...
I'm ancient.
I'm only just behind you, Dav. Keep your words here. Don't drag me down.
Dav was watching WWF when it was just two people in leotards, and you had to buy tickets from someone behind a skip behind the local Safeways.
Safeway.
It was beyond a Safeway, yeah.
God.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I always figured, I don't know what it is. You just seem like the type of guy that would love wrestling.
I never got it. I never really got into it.
It'll come. But no, Daf Weeks says that, Zach, I don't know if you played a game, because otherwise me and Daf Gape talk about wrestling all night.
Dav, you want to go?
Nope.
Zach,
Sounds like we're doing a wrestling chat then.
Okay, right. I mean, honestly, from my point of view, it's still been Elden Ring, quite honestly.
is it really? Okay.
Yeah, still going strong. It's a game that's took me for longer than any other game for a very long time.
Okay, that's actually a question then. Is it one of your favourite games of the last couple of years? Or
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, simple as.
HCP wants to know, are there any toilet games?
Oh,
We haven't had a toilet game in a while.
I've got a toilet game.
Oh, God.
It's a game that no one will have ever heard of called Raid Shadow Legends. You know, the one that gets
Sounds good.
advertised on every
Yep.
YouTube channel you've ever seen.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I downloaded that. I caved in, and it's fun, and I haven't spent a penny.
Oh, that's good.
Fantastic.
That's
Good,
good.
excellent.
Yeah, not
You always worry when
you.
you see those games. You're like, oh, God.
I don't trust them.
But I've deleted Pokemon Go. It's my new Pokemon Go.
I would say my toilet game of the day, I can't remember if I mentioned it before, is The Room and all the Room games on the mobile device.
Yes, like escape room.
They're puzzly. They're basically puzzle boxes. Each one is a puzzle box, or an escape room type thing. And if you like those and you quite enjoy them, do it. Really fun, really nice. Usually pretty cheap, those games as well. We pop up on sale all the time, and get into your brain. Very nice bit of brain jiggery pokery.
Lovely.
I don't know what this idea of you just playing escape room games on the toilet just makes me laugh.
Like
It's because I was locked in.
It's like you boot up the game and go, wait, I can't do this here.
Yeah.
And I go to the toilet. This is best.
I need full release.
I just expect you now to go into an actual what escape room and then go, well, just give me a sec. Just where's the toilet? Just like that's how you have to figure it out.
It's my thinking zone.
Everyone else is like looking through things, trying to find stuff. Like, no, guys, just give me a sec.
I grab the clues and think I'll be right back.
There we are. Toilet games we've had some. Zach, do you have anything to finish up on?
Yeah, I played. I started playing Banjo-Tooie for the first time ever.
Ooh.
Because I've played Banjo-Kazooie like a bunch because we had it, and I never had Banjo-Tooie. And then I was like looking into it, and then everyone was like, "No, it's rubbish, not very good." And I was like, "Really? Isn't it just the same? Like it's the same but more?" But I sort of know what they mean. It's a very similar game. It's a collectathon, but the levels are just a lot bigger, which is sort of why people don't like it. Which is super interesting because obviously nowadays, like, well, maybe not right now, but over the last 10 years, it's always been like bigger levels
more
better.
acting, yeah.
But to be honest, it just means they have like the same amount of stuff, but just spread out more, which is just like very indicative of things to come. You know what I mean? Like it says a lot about the open worlds that have been going on for the last 10 years, and I've been desperately trying to avoid. But yeah, super fun, good time, nice music. It's just more Banjo-Kazooie, basically. If anyone's never played Banjo-Kazooie, you're a little funny bear and you run around, and that's the whole game. It's great.
I actually never played Banjo-Tooie, which is weird because me and my brother loved Banjo-Kazooie as kids, and I'm fairly sure he had it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't think I ever played it.
We just didn't have it, so I just kind of missed it.
I think it's better review. I think it reviewed better than the first game as well. Like I'm fairly sure I remember reading like it actually reviewed better than the first game, but like on
it's
reflection,
always the way, though, isn't it? It's always going to be like based on the way the last one went. Like fucking Assassin's Creed Brotherhood getting shit like all like 9s and 10s, and it was like not very good. But it was because Assassin's Creed 2 was one of the best games ever.
It is a bloody good game. God damn.
I say ever. I mean, for the time, let's say in 2009, it was good.
Do you know, I'm gonna go off topic ever so slightly, but about video games in general. I saw someone post a video on YouTube the other day about comparing Breath of the Wild to The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and it got me thinking. It's like it's almost impossible to compare games from different eras, like.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it, because you could say the graphics, and you could still be like, in the context of the time, these graphics were better than these are in the context of now. But it's like it's so different to like films, because with films, like images are just slightly better, and maybe you'll get more CGI. But like often the films that win the Oscars aren't really the CGI films anyway. And it's really weird. I was watching it and I was like, I mean, you could say from a nostalgic point of view you prefer one, but like it's impossible to say one is. It's impossible to say one is better unless you just go the newer one is better, because it's always going to be better, or mostly always going to be better.
Well, that's the thing. If the newest game isn't better than the older game, what are we doing here?
Yeah, totally.
Like with films, like it's such a storytelling medium. Like it's only a storytelling medium, if that makes sense. I mean, it can obviously say messages, etc. But like a game, there's so much more to it. That's so much reliance on technology.
Yeah.
That like, if you're not improving as technology improves, then what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, no, you're right, because like watching a film is a passive event, whereas playing a game is not. Like, and I guess with that it comes like controller upgrades and like the way a game handles, and like if you were to compare Ocarina of Time to Breath of the Wild, like one game significantly plays better than the other one, and everything else is improved. I don't know. I just find it really interesting. I thought I'd bring it up with you guys, see what you think, because I think it's because I think one of the reasons why is that Ocarina of Time just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is weird because it feels like it should have been there years ago. But yeah, it's just really interesting. Like, are there any games that you think are better than you remember them being? That's an interesting question.
Well, having played them again,
going, oh shit, this is actually better than I thought.
Ooh. I don't think so. I generally can't think
Do
of
games
that.
tend to get worse when you replay them? Is it a
I
nostalgia
think they
thing?
do. I think we rely really heavily on nostalgia, and just what we expect of games now is so different.
Super Mario Bros. 3.
Okay. How did that get better?
It got better because I got better at playing video games.
That's a good point.
Right.
That's a good
Playing
point.
it as a kid, and I was an idiot, and I couldn't work out what to do. And
The
then
only difference now is you're an adult.
now I'm an adult, and I'm an idiot, and I don't know what to do. But I'm more perseverant, and I care less about my time.
That's a good point.
I think I would say I never really played Super Mario Bros. 3, but I played Super Mario World, which is similar in scope, and I think probably that would be the same because for slightly different reasons. In so much as when I was a kid, I wouldn't have known how much content there was in the game because it's all about like the secrets and stuff. Whereas now, if I was playing it, when I have played it as a grown up, it's like, ooh, there's all this extra stuff that I just didn't know was there, which kind of makes it. I think also like. I'm more critical of games. I'm more likely to be like to look at a platformer and be like, that's not very good. Whereas when I was a kid, I would have said like, yeah, Mario, I get to jump around. Like, that's fun, you know.
For sure.
Oh, some of the trash games I played as a kid and loved.
Really?
Honestly, like I used to love trash games. I would think
mate,
it's because
addicted to them.
I had a video game shop at the end of my street. Like you could rent video games from. So like every weekend I'd be renting a video game because it was like £3 to rent a game for the whole weekend. So like so many of the games that like I've spoken about previously playing, which is me going to like Glover was one of them. I don't know if you ever played Glover.
Yeah.
And like apparently that game is coming back, and it reviewed terribly, but I loved that game as a kid.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's such a fun concept, that one. I feel like that one allows you.
Where was the Addams Family tie-in?
Yeah, I mean it was the Addams
There's a
Family.
hand,
Right?
It was, yeah. It was. Yeah, that's coming to PC soon, by the way, or it might have already come to PC recently. But that hasn't been released in like 20 years apparently. So if you want to play Glover, you can.
I've got some advice if anyone wants to do that. Don't.
The old Zach 1-2.
Did anyone ever play Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg on GameCube?
Yes.
That's one of those. When you said Glover, I was like, "What are the kind of stupid games that I've played?" I was like, "There's that one."
That one was marketed loads, like because it was like an
Was
early
it?
GameCube. It was an early, I think it was one of the first GameCube games, like full on 2002, and they didn't have, as is always true with Nintendo consoles, they only had like 5 games, so they were like, quickly go and get Melee, Smash Bros. Melee, go and get Super Mario Sunshine.
Luigi's Mansion,
There's a
Rogue
boy
Squadron,
with egg.
and Boy with Egg. Yeah.
Yeah, boy with egg. Like,
With
and
egg.
so I think a lot of people ended up playing it just based on that alone.
Yeah, it's weird because like, and it's weird as well because like in the I guess in the other direction, I played games as a kid not knowing that they reviewed like ridiculously well, like Blast Corps. Like that game has like had at the time, not so much now, but at the time it was getting like 9s and 10s, and as a kid I would have been like me smash. And they just me smash buildings, great fun. That's all. That's all my brain would have been like. Just like let's get this nuke to the town.
Pac-Man's as good as I remember.
That's a good. That is timeless. Pac-Man is timeless. Some of those old games really are timeless, aren't they? Like Tetris. If you hate Tetris, fine. But like, my mum still talks about Tetris, and she loved playing that 30 years ago. So like, she never upgraded from it. I will say one game I was thinking of, but it's kind of cheating because it had a lot of upgrades, was Mass Effect. When I replayed that last year, genuinely, I was like, holy shit, I think this might be better than I remember. And I think I said that on the podcast when we did it last year. But that again, that could just be my nostalgia and me being a big baby because it made me cry. But, all right, should we call it there, lads? Should we
Let's
go?
do it.
Should we run off into the night? Thank you, everyone.
Rightio.
I'm definitely gonna watch that Donkey Konga guy clip because that sounds really funny. But are we gonna raid Dav?
Yeah. Cheeky little raid.
Let's do. Sorry, I said rave.
Rave. Oh, well, we can rave.
No, I definitely said raid. Okay, we're gonna go now. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.